I just want to let you know, I know there are certain like regulations that you guys are coming up with for the debates, but
Mhm.
as far as on my end, if the pro speaker, is having some issues or difficulties getting into the meeting, I'm willing to wait. It's just, like I said, I know that you guys have certain regulations and that you've put into place, but as long, like I said, I am okay with that. Don't make a decision on the account of, oh, the judge may not wait. Does that make sense? That sort
Oh,
of thing.
yeah, no,
Yep.
this is just, like, general regulation. We had to do this,
Right.
like, 2 times yesterday just so it's
Yeah.
as fair as
No, I just
possible.
I just wanna let you yeah, I just wanna let you know on my end, it's not going to offend me or upset me if I have to wait a little bit longer, but just like I said, I know y'all have regulations probably set up for this.
Yeah, no, it's alright. We emailed her, like, when she didn't show up, I emailed her the link once again, but she has not responded to that, so, we're just gonna go ahead with the speech. Arushi, just let me know, and there's no timer regulation on this, so you don't have to worry about us keeping time.
Okay. Should I? Oh, sorry. Okay. Should I keep it generally around 6 minutes, or is any time okay?
Anytime's alright.
All right. Okay. The goal of the Paris Climate Accord is that was established, and the general goal of the plan, according to the NRDC or the National Resources Defense Council, is to substantially reduce greenhouse gas emissions in an effort to limit the global temperature increase in the century to at least 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, preferably 1.5 degrees Celsius, um, or undertake ambitious efforts to combat climate change, according to National Geographic. The Pro claims that stronger enforcement of the Paris Climate Accord is the optimal solution to completing this goal. In the 6 minute con speech, or however long it will be, I will explain how strengthening enforcement actually counteracts the very goal that the Pro is aiming to solve. Um, Oxford Languages defines enforcement as the act of compelling observance or of compliance with the law, rule, or obligation. By this definition, strengthening enforcement would actually deter countries from joining the Paris Climate Accord. Typically, proposed enforcement plans detail the formation of some sort of central authority to punish noncompliance, which is very difficult to achieve since it infringes on a nation's typical initial will to act in its own self-interest. According to the Journal on Scientific Reports, each country benefits economically from reduced global emissions as a whole, but curbing its own emissions carries an economic cost. Countries thus prefer to free ride on the reduction of emissions of others over reducing their own emissions, unquote. The pro argument is that further enforcement will prevent this from taking place, but this cannot be further from the truth. Since the goals set are voluntary, the Paris Climate Accord in itself states that developed countries should take the lead in providing financial assistance in the form of voluntary contributions. Quote, even if countries agree to a treaty with a strong enforcement, they will likely do so at the expense of lowering their abatement targets to ensure that punishments are not imposed on themselves. Because the concept of establishing enforcement via preventing noncompliance via some sort of force will cause individual nations to not want to set the goals that they initially planned out, which they're already not meeting. And with already, because even if countries reduce their emissions by the amounts that they pledged, the Earth would still be at an estimated 3.2 degrees Celsius warmer by 2100, despite the goals of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. So even if countries were to agree to this enforcement, it would be likely that they would lower their own voluntary goals in order to not face any form of punishment for their own noncompliance, and it would be, I guess, safer in a sense for countries not to follow through with that, which would effectively defy the own goal of the Paris Climate Accord, because it would not be reducing greenhouse gas emissions to the end reduce limiting global warming to no more than 1.5 degrees Celsius, as the Paris Climate Accord details. I'd also like to note, so because this defies the goal of the pro side in itself, because strengthening enforcement of the Paris Climate Accord will be detrimental to the Paris Climate Accord itself. And so this defies whatever the point of the Paris Climate Accord. Therefore, the pro resolution is foundationally flawed because it will not be solving the problem that the Paris Climate Accord aims to solve. It will be causing countries to pull away, and it will not be beneficial to preventing climate change, and therefore is an invalid argument. Thank you, and I urge you to vote con.
All right, that was wonderful. Thank you, Arushi. So we
Thank you for the
usually,
speech.
yeah, so since your partner did not show up, you will be moving on to the next round. We will get the scoring for Mr. Hunt, and you will be like placed in a certain rank, and you will get that email tonight with your new resolution and what side you'll be arguing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so
Good.
much,
Yeah.
Kristen.
Yeah. Good luck to you.
Thank you.